Peely is the main villain of Fortnite. I know this sounds crazy, but when you see the evidence that I have for this theory, as well as find out specifically which villain from Fortnite's past Peely actually is, it will blow your mind. From the jump, Fortnite Chapter 7 has been trying to tell us that Peely is evil. You have a movie being filmed right now about evil bananas. There's tons of these little evil Peely plushes lying all around the map, but there's two in particular that strike me as very important. The first one I found was in an interrogation room in an underground base in Inaloop Labs. Next, even more damning evidence when you go to Classified Canyon. If you go inside the main bunker to its lowest level, not only will you find a Last Reality spaceship, but you will also see an evil Peely sitting inside the cockpit. Now, why the hell would Fortnite not only be trying to imply that Peely is evil, but that he has ties to the Last Reality? Like, how could Fortnite's most lovable mascot be a villain in the game? But then it hit me. Peely's not just a villain. Peely is the villain. More specifically, the Nothing. Now, first when I thought about this, it didn't make sense until I started going through Fortnite's past. For years, we've known that the Last Reality has the ability to see into the future, as well as give people that ability. We saw this in Chapter 2 Season 6 with Raz and the Spires, as well as Chapter 2 Season 8 with Dark Jonesy. We also know, based on the Cube Queen's Anthem, as well as the newest 0 Hour live event, that the Last Reality has been pulling the strings of Fortnite Island for the entirety of the game's existence. And if that's true, it kind of makes you look at some aspects of the Fortnite storyline a little different. Like, for example, in Fortnite Chapter 4, when Stellan was getting all these visions of the Rift Gate. Or even more recently in Fortnite Chapter 5, when Hope was getting visions of the future. But what does any of this have to do with Peely, and how does this confirm that he's the Nothing? Well, first off, the Nothing is the one that's always entering people's dreams. It's the more ethereal creature from the Last Reality, presumably the ruler of it. The Nothing is the one that gives people these supernatural abilities. But here's the crazy part. When I started to look into Fortnite's past, I started to think, who else has been able to see to the future? And then I remembered something important. Remember when Jonesy the First and Peely were trapped inside the bunker, and afterwards Jonesy the First emerges as Bunker Jonesy? He was changed forever, being given the power to see into the future, which is how he predicted the Monster vs. Mech event. But he was only able to predict the future after what? After drinking Peely. And here's the thing, the further you go down the timeline, the further you realize that Peely has been really involved, but only in crucial moments. The same character that's been helping drive the plot and move the story forward since Chapter 1. Almost like he's trying to get specific outcomes as a result of his involvement. I know this theory sounds crazy, but if you think there's a chance that this could be true, bookmark this video, share it with everyone you know, because I'm telling you,